and deep hatreds.
A place called Northfield. Amen.
Who played the best Jesse James? Few characters based on real life evoke such admiration for a bad guy. Jesse James, together with his brother Frank, are memorable and much admired characters in westerns. James demonstrated much loyalty, love of life, and courage. Today we will take a look at some of the better movies he was depicted in by some great actors. Who do you think was the best and why? Do me a favour, if you like this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. Check out my channel to see my many other videos. The link is in the description. Like, share and subscribe to the channel as well. I do appreciate it. You know the drill. Let's get into it. Jesse James Jr. in Jesse James Under the Black Flag, 1921. Jesse James's son was one of the first people to portray him on film. Jesse James Jr. was not an actor by trade. Even so, played his father in 2 movies. Jesse James Under the Black Flag depicted James joining the Quantrell Raiders, who fought against Union sympathizers. James Jr. also played Outlaw Jesse James as his father in his later career. Both movies are lost now, but were edited as a single movie in 1930, with narration and sound effects added to replace intertitles. This version is also named Jesse James Under the Black Flag.
At last, Bob Ford sees his chance and shoots Jesse in the back with his gun. Jesse James never regained consciousness and died in the arms of his faithful and loving wife. This marked the end of America's Robin Hood.
Tyrone Power in Jesse James, 1939. An adaptation of James's life featuring Tyrone Power, also starring Henry Fonda as Frank James and John Carradine as Bob Ford. James was notably historically inaccurate, contributing to the Robin Hood image that James enjoys in popular culture. Jesse James depicted the brothers as they seek vengeance on the railroad for evicting them from their farm. Jesse James was a very entertaining western with a great performance from Powers that added to the mythology of Jesse James. Powers went on to star in many movies.
Made his Tyrone Power, Henry Fonda, Nancy Kelly, Randolph Scott.
Back against the wall, you fellas. Keep your hands out of your pockets. You want to fight him, Frank?
Oh, please, Frank, don't.
You can keep them others from running up my back.
Well, they ain't gonna do anything. Are you fellas?
Jesse, stop him. Stop him.
Sorry, Ma. He started it.
Oh, please, Jesse, don't let him. Oh, Frank. He's gonna get hurt.
Robert Wagner in The True Story of Jesse James, 1957. Wagner in The True Story of Jesse James, an adaptation of previously mentioned 1939's Jesse James. The True Story of Jesse James followed the last 2 decades of James's life, asserted that the narrative was deprived of all fiction, but still depicted James as a hero. However, Wagner played this hero with the toughness and charm that was common in the westerns of this era. Despite The True Story of Jesse James being a misnomer, it was still a great movie and a wonderful western.
Don't tease me, I'm warning you.
About what? Your hidden fires?
Get hold him up with your lugger, boys! Let's go!
John Lupton in Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter, 1966. Okay, not one of the greatest movies on James. Lupton was known as a co-star in the Western series Broken Arrow, 1956 to 1958, appearing in many more movies, including this horror western, Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. Jesse Meets Frankenstein's Daughter made no attempt to accurately portray James's life, adopting him as a character from folklore. It shows James meeting the daughter of Dr. Frankenstein, who put the brain of a monster into one of James's men. A silly movie, but still entertaining. Now, more a cult film.
Why we live in this old abandoned mission. We are.
Robert Duvall in the Great Northfield, Minnesota Raid, 1972. Legend Robert Duvall is admired for his many roles, including True Grit, The Godfather, and To Kill a Mockingbird. Duvall also played in one of the adaptations of Jesse James's life, The Great Northfield, Minnesota Raid. Showed Jesse James and Cole Younger forming the James Younger Gang to rob a bank in Northfield, Minnesota. Like real life, their plans soon went south, resulting in the death and capture of several gang members. This ill-fated robbery started the gang's infamous crime spree. Chris Christopherson in The Last Days of Frank and Jesse James, 1986. Chris Christopherson has made his share of acting appearances during his career. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Stagecoach, and Convoy. Christopherson appeared as Jesse James in The Last Days of Frank and Jesse James, also starring two of Christopherson's fellow members of the country music group, The Highwaymen, Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash. Appropriate considering James is best immortalized by the American folk song Jesse James. The trio delivered memorable performances, with Christopherson reminding us why he is so respected both in music and cinema. Rob Lowe in Frank and Jesse, 1994, focusing on the folklore surrounding the James brothers rather than actual history. An entertaining movie with standout performances. Rob Lowe starred as Jesse, with Bill Paxton as Frank. Frank and Jesse was a fun movie that made no excuses for playing a mythologized version of the brothers. Depicted as driven to crime by revenge, Lowe and Paxton delivered. Lowe was already a celebrated performer at this time, having appeared in Oxford Blues, St. Elmo's Fire, and The Outsiders.
That's how I want to die, with lead flying.
Rob Lowe, Bill Paxton, and Randy named James.
I'm getting out. Time to stop running. Take your family and go somewhere safe. I don't know how to stop.
Colin Farrell in The American Outlaws, 2001. Farrell is one of the most respected actors in Hollywood, loved for his appearances in Bruges, The Banshees of Inisherin, and The Batman. Farrell in the 2001 movie American Outlaws adapted the James Younger Gang's early years, an all-star cast including Kathy Bates, Timothy Dalton, and Terry O'Quinn. The movie changes the true history of Jesse James for a younger audience in an entertaining style. Farrell was a particular favorite, challenging himself in many action scenes, and embodied a more family-friendly rendition of Jesse James. Brad Pitt in The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, 2007. Pitt starred in this most accurate portrayal of Jesse James. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, tackling the phenomenon of criminals becoming legends, depicting the link between celebrity and crime. Pitt was particularly appreciated, as was Casey Affleck's role as Robert Ford. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford primarily showed the events that led to James's murder, and went to great lengths to create a tactile depiction of the time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.